Never thought I'd see the day will a classic Wolfenstein come back and overtake Doom. Let's talk about the good and the bad and compare the two together. Alright, so Wolfenstein Enemy Territory originally came out in 2003, has a Steam release, and has made it back in action. You could always download it, but now it's on Steam, easy and free to play. So what makes this game different than Doom, and how's it stack up? So first off, if you're not familiar with it, this is an offshoot of Return to Castle Wolfenstein, one of the greatest games of all time, and ET is multiplayer team-based. Think like Team Fortress 2, though I've never played it, where each enemy and each teammate goes and works together for the objective in different classes. It's awesome. So let's take a look at the Steam page. This is kind of funny here. I've got some pages loaded up. Enemy Territory, 32 players. Yeah, it's free. Look at these system specs. 128 megabytes of RAM, Pentium 3, Windows 98, 1 gig of space. It's like 235 megabytes. Now you might be saying, well, dude, look at all, why? This is just some stupid old game. How is this going to handle Doom Eternal's multiplayer? Well, let me just show you here. It's not just multiplayer. There's a single player mod as well. And look at how sick this looks on Battery, on Gold Rush. So you can see here that the mod ability, this is actually a couple years old and is still going. Look at the trailer. This game is so good. And now, okay, oh, that's so nice. Look at the Tesla. You have your soldiers and engineers. Let's actually take a look at some of the gameplay of each. Now, Doom Eternal's multiplayer, it's more of 2v1, asymmetrical, that kind of vibe, right? If you're the Slayer, you don't really have a teammate. You rely on yourself, and the Demon side does have one teammate, true. So it's more about this resource management and that kind of thing, not so much the team play. But let's take a look at some of the play from Enemy Territory and really break down what's going on with that one. This is Gold Rush. And now you can see here we have a soldier, engineer, medic, field ops, covert ops. 5 different classes on a team working together to try to have that common objective. So the engineers plant the bombs. And so this guy's actually an engineer, and he needs to be helped out, escorted to these goals to rebuild the tank, break down the barriers, and it's a typical Allies Axis fight, right? Well, the medics keep them alive, and you can see how the teamwork and play of this game, even still to this day, this holds up. I mean, the graphics are still good, the gunplay is awesome, you have your grenades, each class stands out, and the cool part is, you can gain experience points and have new ability type of things, like maybe you reload faster or things like that. But if you don't like experience, you don't have to do it, because it can reset at the end of the round, or maybe the server, it keeps it forever and you just try to max every class. The replay value is nice because it's something you can do with teams. Doom Eternal, on the other hand, you have one friend, maybe, or you talk to the others in between matches. The teamwork, the camaraderie is not the same as in Enemy Territory. You can see on the left side of the screen here, this is a busy match. I mean, look at all the kills and deaths going on at once. It is a huge map. It's very long matches, but there's so many people. There's always something going on. Now, you can go to the side, you can have some relaxation time, but the important thing is you can work together with someone. So let's take a look at Doom and keep that in mind as we compare back to the Doom clip of myself, Salty Cow, and Frost in Friday Night Fights here. So they're working together. They're doing great, right? But, you know, it's exciting. It's cool. It's Doom. It's very high, fast, frenetic, insane action. You can't deny that at all, right? Now, co-op in Doom Eternal, on the other hand, it's an unofficial mod, and I'll tell you what, this really is what brings the camaraderie for Doom Eternal. It's a little different than in Wolfenstein, but just look at how we can work together to take down that Baron with a microwave beam SSG double Slayer combo, and it gets even cooler when you add a third Slayer in there. So I do have to say, this mod, I really wish it was official Doom Eternal content, because it really would have helped the multiplayer scene out. It would have taken from battle mode maybe, so that would have been a little rough, but this and the deathmatch mod that are out are huge in the modding scene. And you can see just how much fun this really truly is. So this is a classic supply depot. It's one of the non-original maps, but it was pretty popular because, look at this, you have the medic. He's going to come try to revive the covert ops that just died, but the smoke screen from the covert ops comes up to try to blind his vision, but the medic brings back the covert ops, who, by the way, can take the other enemy's uniform, disguise himself as them, go through little doors like that, and try to break in. you'd have so many options and possibilities here, and grenades, different types of guns. You have grenade launchers for the engineers. They have SMGs. You have airstrikes, artillery to call in. You can repair command posts to get new spawn points. As you can see, they just made the crane controls, so that means that right here he's throwing a satchel. Boom. Okay, so they destroyed the construction. Now the ally team has to come back, rebuild that, while the Axis knows that, hey, there's a lot going on here. We need to go fortify this defense. Look at this, 9 versus 10 players in a relatively decent-sized map, but by the time you get to the end, it gets kind of congested and intense, right? So you need to be with your voice chat with your teammates. You know, I'm the engineer, I'm the medic, you're going to hold down this post, I'm going to hold down this one. That gold they have to guard, this is the cool part. Say the allies, after they've broken in through all this base, airstrike, look out, they have to repair the crane, get the gold on the truck, escort the truck back to the exit point. If the truck breaks down at any point in time, they have to repair it, and the Axis can take the truck, they can throw grenades on it, airstrikes on it, they can blow it up with the satchel charges, landmines on the ground. There's so many strategic elements that you can do. If you step on a landmine, you hear it do the hiss, and you have to disarm it, jump off of it. So many different things. Look at him, he's off to the side at the main gate. The allies are going through that main gate, but wait, they can go through one of the side gates if they want to, sidewalls if they can blow it up. It's a lot to it. Now, another thing, there's a command post right up there that they can spawn from, so the Axis has to make a decision. Do we charge that command post, pushing their lines back to another spawn point, or do we let them have that and fortify our defenses back on our main base? Look at that, perfect. So the covert op sometimes has a Sten gun. It overheats, but it's very accurate with distance, and it looks like that's what he was wanting to use there. So that Allies is actually going into the Axis spawn point, which is a horrible idea, by the way. And another type of strategy. Axis can open up those little doors, but Allies can sneak in past if the door's open. They just can't open themselves. So they're guarding these crane controls. Let's slip ahead just a little more to see how this match ends here. We got about 1 minute and 40 left on the clock. The Allies have still not taken the truck. That's not looking very good here at all. But I want to see what they do in this last minute of the match. Do you think they can take the truck? Will they at least start to escort it? Now we see that the Axis has an amazing defense here, because you still have to repair. Ooh, just like that. Prone down for higher accuracy, keeping those hitboxes down, kind of prone on the ground. But then when you're prone, you don't have as good movement. Panzerfaust, rocket launcher, so many different classes and strategies. Even if there's not a million guns you're going to see on the battlefield at once, there's a lot going on in this game and in this map. So with the 40 seconds on the clock, we're going to fast forward just a little bit here and see what happens. The Allies have not even taken the truck yet. Are they even going to be able to do anything with it? Let's take a look, and no, it looks like the Axis win this one. So let me know how you think this stacks up against Doom Eternal. Check the next video here, and let me know in the comments. I'm Allstin. Thanks for watching.